Howdy ho, guys and gals, welcome back to Deno Tools. Today is Monday, October 20th, which means it's time for, say it with me, Deals of the Week! We got some smoking hot deals, pun intended. No, I kid you not. We got I will say this, and tools I know that a lot of you have been looking for. Best prices I've ever seen. Better than Black Friday, just insane prices. All right, so let's jump into it. First, I want to thank today's sponsor, and that is Biacaforza. Literally, dude, that's it. I'm not making fun of them. They did it to themselves. But anyway, what they said about this is a tire inflator. And I'm like, I have not seen this form factor before. Sure, send it over. I want to see it. I want to take a look at it. It's got a light up front, which is actually not bad. And it strobes. Of course it strobes. They all strobe, but yeah. Anyway, it's got this, the cable management, and I just knocked it out there. It was all nice and neat before. But it's got the cable management on the back, so everything just snaps in place back there. And you've got, in here, I've got this little crevice, or it's not that little. It actually goes back underneath. It's got a cigarette lighter plug, a USB plug, and then all the air adapters as well. And then you just turn it on. I think this is the on button. I'm doing it backwards here. And it's got a little boot up cycle, but there you go. And there's a nice big screen, everything right there. It's got a little silicone, carry handle. I guess that's fireproof for some reason, but also acts as a battery bank. You can see there, I won't cause it to run because these things are hecka loud for how big they are. But, I mean, the reason I'm talking to you about this is the price. All right? For $26.59, there's a whole lot of features built into that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, in fact, one of our viewers is dealing with this where he bought what I would call a entry-level, inflator, and it's not doing his big truck tires. And I'm going to say, this is not for big truck tires, not for RVs. In fact, if you look at what they're showing you a compact car, a motorcycle, a bicycle, a basketball, and a micro truck that I don't even think you can buy in the States, all right? That said, these are for smaller kind of tires. Something, once you get past like a standard automotive tire and 50 PSI, a lot of these things really struggle. It's not for that. It's $26.59, folks. Remember, the inflator that I use on my RV costs $100, all right? You're just only going to get so much out of them, all right? But if you need a light-duty inflator, it's kind of cool form factor. I like it. All right, let's keep going here. Thread tapping. Now, they did send this over. That's not sponsored, but I just wanted to see this. So it's $14 for a pack of 2 of them. And I'll be honest, there's not much to them. It literally, if you've got a Rambo knife, it looks like the compass on it. It's not. It's a bubble level. All right, get it to focus. It's plastic. It sits there, and it's got this little coupling ring. So this goes on there, and then that goes onto your tap so that you know that you're straight up and down. It's kind of a stupidly simple idea that makes you wonder, like, why aren't these already built into the tap sets? Duh, right? So for $14 for 2 of them, I wish they'd sent me over a coupon code because it would have been nice to save a few bucks on it, but still, that's a stupidly obvious idea that none of us have ever thought about, apparently. Or if you did, I'm sorry you didn't make it to market first. All right, let's keep going. We got the Dreo Smart Fan. I got to talk about this just because, like last night, it saved my bacon. So my wife is going through the change, and she's always hot or always cold, and it's never the same as like me and everyone else that's always normal. I have this at the shop. I love this at the shop because it's so much power in a small form factor, and it doesn't take up a lot of my shop space, and I can get it to point anywhere. In fact, it will oscillate, not just back and forth. It'll do like random every 360 oscillations. It's insane. Now it's in my bedroom because my wife. This story, you've heard this story. Things, they come and they leave. And anyway, it's a great fan, and it's on sale right now for $116.98. We've talked about it before. If you've been thinking about it, jump all over it, all right? Next up, we've got the power tool rack here. We've talked about these things before. I like they show it without it, because they usually show this kind of photoshopped with these computer generated tools and stuff that these aren't real. I don't know. Maybe now those aren't real. That's not a real tool. Anyway, that is such a, they had AI added in there. But there's the rack itself, all right? That's real, okay? You got 1, 2, 3 segments on this. And you're looking at, what is that total? 53.7 inches wide by 14.68 high. And then you've got 4 slots for power tools on each segment, and there's 3 segments. So you got 12 power tools that you can hold in there if my math holds up. Okay, for a second there, I thought they put tires on top of the rack. I was about to have to say something. 200 pounds. I don't know if I would go that far about putting 200-pound weights on it, but I think it'll hold your power tools just fine and your chargers and all your little hand tools and stuff. It's normally $80. There is a $10 off coupon right now. They also have it in a 64, well, I should say that's the 49-inch width. The 64 width is $100. That's 17 and this one. So, yeah, that's going to be 3 of those together. But anyway, the 64-inch width there, if you want to do that, that one's on sale for $99. All right, next up, we've got some more storage here. Some more, get stuff off the floor, get it hung up on the wall. This is kind of cool. If you got a weed eater or a similar kind of tool, this thing's on sale right now for $13. And then they've got the bracket for your chainsaw, and it's on sale for $16. So I don't know about the chainsaw. You tell me. Do you think, is this an okay way to store a chainsaw hanging like that? Because I would worry about all the oil draining out of it. But you know, I use all electric these days, so it's not really an issue. But anyway, it's not on sale. It's $16 though. It just seems like an interesting storage solution for $16. All right, then we've got the, oh my gosh, what is this? 19,500 RPM. Yeah. It's a mini angle grinder, but you know, it's a no name. It's a 12 volt. It comes with 2 batteries. You know, like, why would you even talk about this? Well, it's normally $50. It's on sale with a 20% off coupon. You're going to save 40% at checkout. Are we serious with this? That can't be right. That's got to be, that's something new. I haven't seen this kind of thing before at checkout. Anyway, you're saving $20 off with the coupon there. That's taking you down to $30. Maybe that is 40%. And then we got Toolant here. Of course, we talked about them. They've really been expanding, coming out with more and more great tools. This is their 15-piece impact screw extractors and bolt and nut remover there. The full kit with the adapters, everything. It's on sale 20% off, down to $26.39. Then we've got the Hoffrey chair. We talked about this one last week. It was a sponsored one. They've actually told me they've extended the coupon code on it. I think it's like 36% off or something. So if you're, look at this. It's got a footrest. It's a big and tall. It holds 400 pounds. It's got massage features all around on it. And it's going to come in the low to mid 100s there. So if you're looking for something like that, take a look at it. We got the Jorst 25-inch multi-bit screwdriver. I often talk about this as like, you know, I like the Weras. I'm a big fan of Wera and Weehaw and Vessel and all these multi-bit screwdrivers and all that stuff. But not everyone's willing to spend 30, 40, 50 bucks on a multi-bit screwdriver. And I totally get that. And if you're on a budget or you just need one for a go bag or something like that, it's $9, folks. $9 and you get all the bits. And it does basically all the same things. All right? So, I don't know, $9. You tell me, Christmas, right? It even has a little bow on it. We got the Alsun EM. This was sent in by a viewer here. This is a cable tracking electrical unit here, auto circuit tester. Basically, it's a fox and hound for circuit testing on your vehicles. Do not put it on mains. That's not going to be rated for that. Although it does do DC 6 to 42 volt systems. And apparently it comes with the batteries. Not too bad there for $23.62. All right, next up, 3-in-1 portable carbon monoxide detector here. I like this. It's got 3 different features. Actually, it's got 4 functions to it. Now, in my shop, humidity is a big thing for me. I always want to make sure that none of my tools rust or anything like that, and I'm controlling what's going on. So stuff like this is actually important. Actually, I also like having a thermometer, knowing what is going on there. And then also, I don't know, waking up the next day. That CO detector, carbon monoxide, detector, is you know, it's important. And this thing's nice. It comes with the little leatherette strap. So you can hang it on a hook, or it's got a magnet on the back so you can just stick it up on something. And then it's also got a flashlight on it. So it kind of does it all. This would be great to take camping on the RV, that kind of stuff. But also, again, great to have around the shop. It's on sale right now for $3.59.59. $35.59. All right, and then we got the Irwin Tool Vice Grip Groove Lock Pliers set here. The two-piece coming in on sale down from $28 to $23.92. But then there's a coupon on top of that, so we're stacking the savings. Gotta like that. Gotta knock another $2.87 off. Then how about this? Flex, yeah, that Flex, 24-volt Flex. This is their jigsaw blade set. 10-piece T-shank, normally $16, 65% off. This is, I would buy them all. Buy as many as you can get at that price. $5.63 for that. That's Swiss made blades for under $6. That's insane. We got the two-piece professional caulk remover set. This is not a chisel set, okay, folks? This is for getting in there and getting caulk out of unruly places. It's coming in normally $14.75. It's on sale for $12.75. And then we're stacking savings again down to, we're taking another $2.81 off. All right, then we got the ThinkWorks Easy Out Bolt Extractor set. 35-piece nut remover set. 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch drives. You're looking at normally $50. It's on sale for $47.49. And again, we're stacking the savings with a coupon on top of that, knocking another $4 off. All right, the Fantic. This is the inflator I talk about. This is the one I use with my big truck. This is the one I use with my RV. It will do 80 PSI on a truck tire, all right? Not that I'm always running at 80 PSI, but when you're towing a big rig, stuff like that, you do want to get it up there. Anyway, this is the one that is going to do it. You're looking at normally $100. As I said, it's $100 on this thing. It's on sale right now for $69.99. All right, then we get the Fantic screwdriver, okay? And the Fantic has sent us, we're not sponsored by Fantic, but they've sent me a bunch of stuff. Here's what I'm gonna say. Usually with these little electric screwdrivers, I'm like, okay, they got a, okay, they don't have much torque, all right? Their new series has got torque. So Fantic, knurling. I know you guys all think I'm crazy with my love of knurling, but this new finish, it's really kind of slick. It looks all new and fancy, but there's so much torque in these things, it spins in your hand. So either put a T-bar on it or some knurling so I can hold on to the dang thing. Anyway, it's on sale right now for $60, down from $90. Then next after that, we've got this one they did send me, and I've been using this a ton. This is the Fantic F2 Master Mini Cordless Rotary Tool. That's this thing right here. And this has got, I almost dropped it. See, it's slick, I tell you. Anyway, you press the button here, and this thing pops up, and then this is the rotary tool. And you just got the little button here on the, it's not even a button, it's a switch that turns it on. You see the nice little colors there. And then you press that, and the end spins. It's a Dremel, all right? Sorry, rotary tool, my bad. I know people hate it when I do that, but this is super cool. So this is, you stick your finger in there, pull out the rest of this, and there's all your bits. Oh, that's not the bit you want? Just rotate it around to the bit you need. Anyway, it's not super high power, but it's more powerful than a lot of the little cordless ones I've seen out there. It really is. And on top of that, it's cordless. Now, if you do run out of juice, you can plug it into USB-C and then just keep using it, that way, just so you don't have to stop. But I love the fact that I can just pick it up and I can go down, and it's like a pen. It's super for cleaning up a lot of the 3D prints and other stuff and metal and cleaning anything up. It's fantastic. You can probably engrave with it. I don't have a steady enough hand for doing that fancy engraving stuff. Maybe if I practiced at it, but for $60, down from $95, this thing is awesome. All right. They also have the Fantic laser. They got a new version of their double beam laser. It's on sale right now for $55. Comes with the case and the stand. That's the D2 version, so that's their upgraded one for that. Then we got the DeWalt 4-piece impact-ready pivoting nut setters here. All right, you got 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, and 7/16. No, it's not going to cover everything, but for some of the general automotive stuff, this will cover a lot of it, especially that top end kind of stuff. You're looking at $16.99 on that. All right, the Fantic outdoor table. I know I had to include this. So I use this for a recent event we were at, and it's fantastic to set up. It really is. I absolutely love it. And I'm not the only one. Monica, talking to you, she's got my table, folks. She took it home. Want my table back, Monica. She returned my knives. Still has my table. Apparently, it's better than I thought. Actually, that was pretty good. It's on sale right now. It says $70, 20% sale at checkout. I have to figure out how that works. Anyway, let's keep going. DeWalt 20-volt max XR oscillating toolkit here, 3-speed with blades. Again, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, oscillating multi-tool on the market. Just love the form factor on this. Comes with, this is a full kit with the battery, the charger, the bag, everything coming in at $119. Then we got the Dreo space heater. It's getting cold, folks. Actually, it's warming up this week in Montana, but we've already had snow and ice and rain, and it's been hecka cold. $35.99. Stay warm. I love Dreo. They make great stuff, and I recommend it wholeheartedly. Then we got the surge protector here from Honeyconny. Yeah, anyway. Actually, I really like these. They got the nice braided cord on it. It's got the offset plug, so it gets in there and gets out of the way of everything else. And now you have a power strip about anywhere you want it, and you can take it, you can sit it down, and then you've got also not just the power, and they're on different sides, so if you got those big wall warts that stick on it, they're not all clogging up, and you can only plug in 2 items. But then on the bottom side down there, it's got 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C. So you can charge your phone while you're working on stuff. You can do all that kind of stuff. And it's on sale for $9. All right, $9. That's a great deal on that. All right, the Ego blower. You know I love this thing. This is the 765, the Class 5 Hurricane in your hand. Variable speed, 5 amp hour battery charger included. Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about, have you guys seen that stupidly overpowered one I have that's just basically a handheld kind of thing? Like the guy who helps me out every so often, Willis, was over. He hadn't seen it yet, and he saw that, and I wanted to see his reaction. So I'm like, just grab it, turn it on full, and he does it, and he looks at it, and he goes, "Why?" And I'm like, "Right." But with this, we know the why. This is actually, because you got the long nozzle on it, you can actually control where the air is going. This is a full kit, battery, charger, the whole 9 yards. This is it. This is the Cadillac Eldorado Barrett's of homeowner grade leaf management. All right, it's 20% off. I love this thing. I bought it with my own money. That's how much I liked it. $287.65. All right, the Noco Boost here. Top line when it comes to battery jump starters. All right, usually extremely pricey. This thing's 20% off right now, taking it up to sub $100. If you want just guaranteed dependability and you need a jump starter, and it says it'll do 6-liter gas and 3-liter diesel. And honestly, I think that's pretty accurate for a high-end but low power 1,000 amp. So it'll handle most gas and smaller diesels. It's not going to jump start my Cummins, but it'll probably jump start my I don't know. Honestly, I think it probably could jumpstart my Suburban, my '99 Suburban, which I don't know how many liters it is. I think it's over 6, but anyway, I think it probably can handle it. Anyway, $100 on that. Nitrile gloves, get them all. Stop buying them piecemeal here and there. Look at this, $66. Normally $80. On sale for $66.49. Okay, and if you get subscribe and save, you're going to save $7 on that. Although I don't know how often you have to subscribe to, how many gloves is it? 1,000 gloves? Brother, that's a lot of gloves. All right. Anyway, 4.5 cooking, and I do use gloves like this for cooking. They're great for that. They're on the thin side for a lot of other stuff, but for cooking and detail work kind of stuff, that's a good size for it. All right, then we got the Super Jar A. These are your foam rubber exercise mats. These are great. I mean, yeah, they're good for exercising and all that kind of stuff, but they're good to have in the shop. If you've got bad knees or ankles or feet or something, stop just standing on concrete. Put these suckers down and get some flex in there It will save your back, your knees, the whole 9 yards, all of you. 12-piece set, 48 square feet of foam rubber for $100. Amazon Fire TV, because you know what? You need a TV in the shop. You do. I have one. I love it. And if you're doing something you've never done it before, you can look on the YouTubes on your phone, or you can put it up on the TV and actually see what's going on. All right, $170. It's got all the Amazon stuff built in. Has YouTube and everything else. And it's a 40-inch HD TV. It's not super high end. It's not super amazing, but as I said, I'm recommending it as a shop or even a kids playroom kind of TV if you want to do that. All right. Anyway, moving on. My daughter sent this. She wanted me to show this. She's got the shark. All right. She loves her shark. She's like, you should get the bear for the channel. It only comes in double XL. Thank goodness. But I don't know. Maybe you got kids or teens, or maybe you want to bear it up. They also have other creatures as well. But if you want to do the bear, it's on sale right now. $28. If I want to stay warm, this is where I'm going. The big fuzzy blanket. Check that out. Anyway, as I said, my wife, it's either way too hot in our house or way too cold. So I told her I'm buying a blanket and that it better not move from my section of the couch. It just needs to live there. I'll have to fight the dog for it, but for $19. Anyway, Lavoie air purifier. I have this, and it used to live right back over there. Right there. Anyway, and I moved it over next to my air depurifiers, my 3D printers. So it lives over there, and it's sucking up all the air and doing all that kind of stuff, and you can tell it's nicer in here. And this is a pretty big shop. So usually, parts per million kind of stuff, it's not such a big issue, but I like having it over there just to clean things up. And then on the bad ones, I have a hose that will duct it outside, but I won't do it for all of them. Anyway, get some clean air in your shop or in your house. I love the system. I've got one at home. I got two at home. I keep one in the living room, one in the kids' room. And we got one here. $90 on that, 10% off. All right, I'm just tickled pink about this one. Broom closet storage. So it's your standard metal cabinet, but instead of having the shelves that go all the way across, they go halfway, and then you got this kind of slot pegboard kind of thing here on the side. What is up with the wrenches hanging across like they're anyway? But I'm gonna put my jack in there apparently. But the point is, these things are great for storing anything flammable, like all my aerosols, my sprays, and stuff like that. I like to store them, paint and whatnot, in cabinets like this. But the other thing I like having stuff on wheels. So if I need to reconfigure or move, or I'm going to do something differently, because I am constantly redoing my shop. I'm bad like that. I don't know, maybe you're like that. As new projects come up and become more dominant, I reconfigure everything. But since everything's on wheels, it's not really such an issue. That's what I like about this. Love things on wheels. All right, Arc Captain Plasma Cutter, only $169.99. And here's why I'm going to tell you not to buy this. I mentioned it before, and I didn't want to go into it because I was kind of speculating. So what happened was Arc Captain reached out to me, and they wanted to promote their welders or something in the deals of the week. I'm like, great, here's what we charge for that. And they're like, oh, we're not paying. Well, how are you promoting it then? Because that's really weird. I've never had somebody be like, I want you to put it in a sponsored spot, but we're not going to pay to sponsor it. I went back and forth, had like 24 emails with this dude. And basically what I picked up was they don't have any money. Now, he didn't come out and say that flat out, but I'm like, what about this? What about that? And I offered all sorts. And this is actually the main reason why I started charging in the first place, is it made people who weren't serious go away. The serious companies didn't mind paying. Now, honestly, what we charge is not much, but the serious companies would be like, sure, whatever. The not serious companies would be like, oh, but we really want you to do it for free because you don't have any money. And if you don't have any money, and you may be thinking, well, that's startup stuff. If they don't have any money, how are they going to handle warranties and returns? Because that costs money. All right? You got to have money to stay in business. And if you're doing it at that thin a margin, then you're not going to be around. Well, guess what? I had a viewer contact me today who bought this also bought the extended warranty from them, and I don't think they bought it through Amazon. I think they bought it directly through them. And then, get this, they're like, we totally agree that the part is broken and defective. We want to replace it, but it's going to cost you a lot of money to ship it back to China. So what we'd like to do is offer you basically a rebate and send you the board and have you do it yourself. Why? He's got the extended warranty. Why would he be paying anything, much less to send it back to China? Just send him a new one. He paid the extended warranty. When I see companies like this nickel and diming, I get worried. Because if they're scraping for pennies, that means they're losing dollars. I don't know how much longer this company is going to be around, and that's why we don't promote them anymore on the channel. I'm going to do a full video on this. If I can get, I need more evidence. If you've had any issues with Arc Captain, put it down in the comments. I want to hear about it. I think the products are great. I just worry about the stability of the company behind it, which is why we're going to talk about one company I don't worry about, and that is Yes Welder. Yes Welder they came out first in this market as this kind of prosumer at a budget price grade welder. Actually, well, Harbor Freight probably did with their titanium welders, but Yes Welder was right there as well. This is their 135 amp MIG welder. The normal, like for Harbor Freight, you'd be paying like $130, $140 for this. It's on sale right now for under $100. This is just a great little, budget welder for $100. If you want to learn welding or you just need to hot glue some metal together, this is the welder for you. This is an insane price at $100 on this. And Yes Welder is a fantastic company that's well established, and they've been doing this for years at this point. I thoroughly trust them. And I haven't even chatted with them in a long time. They're not a sponsor of the company or the channel or anything, but I highly recommend them. Here we go again. 6-in-1. This is a welder and plasma cutter combo. It'll do MIG, it'll do flux core, it'll cut, it'll do TIG, it'll do stick, it'll spool gun compatible. What doesn't this thing do? It even julienne fries. You gotta be a certain age requirement to get that joke. Even julienne fries. $559.98, $560, call it what it is. That's 22% off a list. That is, you hear about all-in-ones. It's a plasma cutter too. That's about as all-in-one as it gets. They even have their welding cart on sale, and you only need, I'm like, it's only got a spot for one welder. This does it all. You only need one spot. $103.98. I'm in the mood. Klein Tools, the 16-in-1 impact-rated hybrid screwdriver. Electricians just absolutely love this thing. Maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I need to get one. But look at all the bit drivers and everything else on that. Coming in here at $20.98. All right. And if you think I'm being too hard on Klein, about something, a lot of people think I'm too hard on them. They actually, they send me stuff. Look at it, leather coaster. Did you get a leather coaster? Anyway, here's the thing. They sent me their new, they're like, hey, we know you like that vessel stuff. Let us send you ours. And I'm going to tell you, if you wanted to send me something that really feels cheap, this is it. This feels like it should come out of a dollar bin. Thing is, I'm guessing it's not because it's Klein. Although it doesn't say Klein on the back end like they normally do. But it's got the Klein rubber, and the rubber feels good. The rubber feels good. The bit feels great. This feels great. But like this part right here, that is hella cheap plastic. Why? The part I'm touching all the time to take things out and remove, why would you make that plastic? WorkPro not only knurled it, but anodized it. Anyway, as I said, you think these companies don't copy each other. Klein copying Vessel. Anyway, let's keep going. We got the beverage refrigerator here. 126 can mini fridge coming in at just under $200. Now, I got to tell you, you're like, why are we talking mini fridges? Again, it's more like quality of life in your workshop. Now, I find myself spending quite a bit of time in my workshop. I've got a lot of projects. Even when I don't have projects, I find myself spending quite a bit of time. It's my fortress of solitude, except when it gets invaded. Anyway, And I've got right over here, and this is going to be linking. You know, like those jokes that people tell, and then later there's that kind of return where they come back to it. This is going to play into the bigger part. This is foreshadowing. There we go, foreshadowing. But anyway, $200. I absolutely love it, and I love that I can look over and I can actually see how much stuff of everything I have, and know if I need to go and get more stuff. And I don't go get it. My wife stocks my fridge. I send her a text message. Getting dangerously low on soda. I have soda insecurity. Kid you not. She's like, whatever. I've got your soda right here. Anyway, I love my wife. She's amazing. But so is my fridge. My fridge is pretty amazing. Anyway, get yourself some luxury in your shop, and we're going to show you why it's even cooler than that. All right, then we got Topped on here with their thermal can. We've talked about this before. In fact, I think I've got it here on the desk. I do. I got it right here. Didn't even plan that. I just keep it lying around. If I can open the zipper all the way. Top down. Ba-boom. But this is the new one. It's USB-C, so it's not that lightning cable BS that finally Apple was forced to get rid of. Anyway, $229, turn your screen into a thermal cam. And honestly, I love it because now I have a giant screen. And for us older folks who are doing this all the time, I don't have the little tiny screen like you have in the little pistol style. And I've got some of those. Even the ones with the big screen are nowhere near as big or as good as my iPhone screen. $229 on that. All right, we got the Nugget Ice Maker. I've got into this thing about comfort in the studio. And I don't have an ice maker yet. I'm planning to get an ice maker. I've got my fridge, a microwave, and a water purifier, and an air fryer. And then outside I've got all my barbecue stuff. So ice maker's next. Nugget Ice. Now I can't get this. Because this is the good ice, the Nugget Ice. And if I get this, my wife will steal it because she craves Nugget Ice. All right, we've got a regular quick ice machine at home, which is awesome. But if I had Nugget Ice, gone. I would suddenly find that I've got the old ice maker here. Anyway, $159.97 on that one. All right, the HB Tower 3 step ladder. This one, I'm not even going to make the joke this time. This is probably the step ladder I need. I went a little crazy, and I got a 5-step ladder, and it's really more of I joke that these are more of a step staircase than a ladder. This one really is like lugging, or the one I have, it's too big. It's too big. I have 9-foot ceilings. It's still too big. I think something like this would be better for around the shop, being able to get stuff up on the top shelves and whatnot, because I don't store things hanging from the ceiling in here. And it's only $40. And it's got big old steps on it. It really is. Like, they're not step ladders anymore. They're step staircases at this point because they're so wide. They're so well made. They've got these huge treads on them. This one will hold 330 pounds. Easy to store, anti-slip pedals, the whole 9 yards, coming in for under $40. All right, AC Delco heavy-duty digital torque wrench combo with buzzard LED. If you need the 3-piece or the 2-piece combo, 3/8 and 1/2 inch, and you like the AC Delco stuff, coming in at $140.24. It's a lightning deal. It's got 3 hours and 52 minutes as of filming. It'll probably be almost over by the time you see this. Fire bad. Anyway, again, in your shop, especially as someone who's got 3D printers running, fire bad. You should have fire stuff in your shop. I'm not going to beat a dead horse about this. CO2 detectors, smoke alarms, anti-fire equipment. You should have it. Okay? Dad's lecture is over with. Do the thing. $17.50. Top Test natural gas detector. Speaking of which, I love this thing. It's got the gooseneck on it. If you've got a grill, if you've got gas, propane, at home or in the RV or on the boat, any of that stuff, any place you're hooking stuff up, yeah, soap and water helps. But the pros, I talked to several pros. They use soap and water and a gas detector because neither of them are perfect. So two is one is none. One goes boom. No boom. Get a gas detector, $33.99. We got the fume clear solder extractor. If you've got to work in an enclosed situation, if you can open the door and stuff, that's great. In a couple months, it's going to be sub-zero around here. I'm not going to be opening the garage door just to do some soldering. Having a good fume extractor is really nice. Now, I'm not going to buy this because I already have 2 fume extractors, all right? I've got fume extractors. Get yourself a fume extractor. It really helps for stuff like this. You could even hook it up to your seat because I know your wife's been complaining about that. Anyway, $231.20. The Velcro brand Easy Hang extension cords. There's good extension cords. Get some management going on. Don't just have it laying there all tangled and whatnot. It's $8 for what, a pack of 3 of them, 10-inch, 14-inch, and 18-inch. And now you can have some organization, hang it up, and actually see what you got. All right. Then we got the Klein tools. Everybody, every one of you should have one of these. There is no excuse. All right. You don't have to buy the Klein one, but you should have this style of tool. Not only does it check the plugs for polarity and stuff, it checks for open, ground neutral, all of that. It does everything. Plus it will check for the, GFCI receptacle testing as well. It's got a nice big LCD screen on it. These things are fantastic. And again, I'm not saying you have to get the Klein one. I've got a Kaiwitz. I've got a Klein too, all right? But I think my Klein is actually I got 2 of them. I got one at my other shop, and I got one in the RV. And this is the one I have here, all right? These things are fantastic. Klein's on sale right now, $22. All right, this is insane. After this video, I will be emailing this to a buddy of mine. He's got a garage that he set up as a shop, and he's constantly complaining about how bad the lighting is, but he doesn't really have a place to permanently install overhead lights. Look at this. 100 feet, 10 bulbs, 5,000 K, which is a decent temp, 18 gauge wire on it, IP65 rated. I mean, whether it's for parties or projects or working in areas where you don't get good light, $75, you got a lighting system. All right, the DeWalt vac. This is a nice little wall vac kind of thing. You can pop it off the wall and use it handheld, or you can mount it to the wall and use it from there. It's even got the bag underneath for all your accessories. So you pull your car in and you can do all the detailing and whatnot, or you can do stuff around your shop. You could even hook it up to a workstation. $175 on that, 5 horsepower wall mounted vac, on sale right now, 16% claimed at $175. All right, and then Day Better under cabinet lights. So I've talked about, you've heard me talk about these. Well, I got some more, but they're smaller. That's all they are, is they're the same light, just white, it blinks 3 times when you first turn it on. And then there we go. And then the motion sensing kicks in. And it's magnetic on the back. There's magnets here and here. And they come with these little pads. These are metal with adhesive on the back. So if you want to put it in a wood cabinet, you stick this in here, and then all of a sudden that sticks to it. These things are fantastic. Let me turn that off. And these are 8 inches. So they're smaller than the other ones. They're USB-C rechargeable. They're exactly the same. All the same features, all the same cool stuff, but smaller. Why? Because sometimes you got smaller cabinets, and that's what I was looking for. I got a smaller cabinet I wanted to put it in, and I had to it was all janky, wasn't it? I'm like, I wonder if they make smaller ones. They do. And on top of it, not only is it smaller, it does multiple light colors. So you cool, warm, or in between. I'm a big one. I'm all about my color of light there, my temperature as they call it there. Anyway, 8 inch coming in at $29. It's not listed on sale, but you're getting a 4-pack of these for $29. That's like $7.50 per pack, and it even comes with the USBs for recharging them or just leaving them plugged in. All right, let's hop over to Walmart. I'm telling you, these sales are going to get crazy, folks. Check this out. WorkPro 24-inch 5-drawer tool chest. Look at this. Now, I've seen this style before, but it's usually on a much narrower work chest. So this one's 24 inches wide. And when it ships with this top part down in here. You slide it out the side, you set it up on top. So, or you can have it as a 2-drawer cart and then put this on a workbench or something. So you can be all sorts of flexible. Again, stop with the Photoshop, people. Just get a real photo of it. It's not that hard. Heck, AI could have done better than that. Anyway, 2 large drawer cabinet. I seriously, fire your Photoshop people. And garage, I would not use this thing professionally, but for the homeowner on a budget, that is a decent toolbox and cart for 180. And I even like the color. I do. I like it. In fact, that matches the heart color. So if you've got the heart workbenches, you can get this one and it's going to fit right in. Coming in at 180 on that. Let's keep going. The WorkPro workbench, 48 by 20 inch with the rubber wood top on it. This is fantastic, folks. $117 on this. This is, look at it, 48 inches wide, 20 inches deep. What is it? It's the things in front of it. There we go. 38.5 inches tall. Just a great little instant workbench. Plus, you can store stuff under it. I know, because I have one right there. And I've got a wet dry vac and I think a compressor under there and a floor jack. And they all just slide right underneath. And then I can have my workbench up top and I have all my stuff on it. I use these things all the time. Now, granted, I am converting over to the super elite, rich folk, up and down kind of tables that most people are not going to buy. All right? And because I'm bougie like that. All right? You don't have to do that. This is a great solution for most people. $117 on that. All right? And then let's see here. And by the way, free shipping, I should point out on that one. All right? Then we got this. Look at this. It's a workbench. It's a hand truck. It's a car creeper. What? Scaffolding mode, sawhorse mode, workbench mode, platform mode. So you can use it to stand on to work on stuff. And you can use it as a hand truck. It does all of that. It's on sale. You're saving $122.99, $123. It's down to $143. All right, but we're not done with workbenches. We've got the Enjoy Wood folding scissor style. Look at this. It's got all the clamps and the dog holes and it's got everything. Look at this. It's freaking Jenga in a workbench. It's even got, where'd it go? It's even got a power strip built in. I've not seen that before on one of these workbenches. You got two 120s, two USB-As, and the plug there. This is insane for $100. For $100, that's a great price. Case in point, the Keter. We've talked about the Keter years ago when this came out and was under the Hart name. We absolutely talked about it, loved it. It's a great workbench. It's got the little tracks that go in. You got the clamps. It sets up instantly. It's got storage in it. Great, but the price has gone up and up and up. Hart stopped using it because the price kept going up. This is the best price I've seen in a while, and it's down to 110. Now, don't get me wrong. Keter makes fantastic stuff. It's a great workbench, but again, you make your call as to your workflow and what's going to work for you. All right, how about this? Force Car has a 36 by 24 steel welding table, 1,200 pound capacity. My fuzzy backside. But I mean, for a light duty, not 12,000 pound table, that is pretty cool looking. It's on wheels, and we know what we feel about wheels. Everything should be on wheels. You got your welding top up there. You got storage underneath. Color me intrigued at $146.97, down from $170. All right, I told you, best price I've seen in a long time. The Skill 8 1/4 compact portable job site table saw. It's got the rack and pinion fence. It's got all the features. It does not have legs. It's legless. All right, just like my second girlfriend. Anyway, it's a joke, folks. It's a bad joke, but it's a joke. $179. That's $60 off. We were happy when this thing broke $200. It's fallen off a cliff at $179. Tariffs? Pa on your tariffs. $179. How about this? The 7 1/4 inch single bevel miter saw. Sliding miter saw. All right, that means this thing's going to function more like a 10-inch standard miter saw. It's on sale from $189 to $159. And Skill makes good stuff. All right, this is it's not a pro grade, but for the average homeowner, this is a nice saw. That's a nice, and trust me, these little saws, they can do a lot more work than you expect. They really can. And get a good blade on it. Remember, it's all about the blade. All right. This coming at $159. That's a ridiculous price on that. All right, we got the Delta Shopmaster. Now, you know Delta. They're a storied name in power tools. They're one of the big boys. They make super... Okay, this is a piece of... You know what? This is... Someone leased the brand or something. I don't know what's going on. But for a budget saw... That's not... I'm including this one because someone asked me specifically about, hey, what do you think about the Delta stuff over at Walmart? Not much. $179... Standard old style clip fence on it. Just it's basic as it can get. And my other option is $179. I get the skill with all the features in the rack and pinion fence. Why would I buy this? We got this one for $159. $179. You get the 10-inch Delta. It's better than the old 10-inch Delta. I will give you that. Definitely better. Not sure I would recommend it. But you know what? You do you. I'm not your daddy. I don't care what the DNA test says. All right. And then Extreme Power U.S. Commercial Electric Meat Bandsaw. I see these on sale all the time. I want one so badly. I don't know where I would put it. Get this. It even has the meat grinder attachment so I can make my own burgers. You got the table up there with it's got all the features. Look at that. The sliding table. You can cut all your meats. Do not use your shop bandsaw to cut your beef, your pig, your deer, any of that stuff, even your elk. It's a little gritty. Just telling you, your friends won't say anything. It's gritty. I know it. You know it. Get this. And here's why I'm so excited about it. I know you think I'm joking. This is my fridge in my shop. And yes, that's an entire New York strip. I need one of these bandsaws. I told you it would all come together. And I'm telling you right now, man to man, stop buying steaks at Walmart. Okay? I buy prime grade steak. I can go to Costco, buy a prime grade whole New York cut. And by the time I cut it into the steaks that I want, I'm paying Walmart steak prices for prime from Costco. I should do a video on how to do this because it's not hard. It's super easy and they're great steaks. All right. And then speaking of which, we got to talk about the smoker. I told you the deals we're smoking. Honestly, this is it's down from $697. You're saving $50 off on one of the best all around bang for the buck smokers out there. Pit Boss Austin XL 1000. It's got the Wi-Fi built in. It connects to the app. We were just cooking the other day with doing steaks here. And I know everyone's like, barbecue, right? Yeah, I do barbecue and stuff too, but I love doing steak. Reverse sear. You get your slab of steaks, you cut them up just the way you like them, no one else. You trim them the way you like them, no one else. You season them, and then you throw them on the grill, all right? But you have the grill set as low as it will go. And you put your thermometer in there, and you turn on your little app, and you go and you do other stuff. And then it's going to tell you when it's at like 115, 120. I like to do it at 115. And then I come out and I pull them off and I put them on a tray and I let them sit. And then I take that grill and I crank all the temperature all the way up. And then the Pit Boss has got something that no one else I've seen has. I know there's like one or two other ones that they licensed from it, but Pit Boss is the one that did this. They've got the direct sear capabilities. Now, the way that works, let me see if they've got a picture of it. Of course, they don't on this one. But the way that direct sear works is on all of these things, the fire is actually like in like a little coffee can underneath. And there's a fan blowing. They got the pellets drop in, an electric igniter, and then a fan blows, and it turns it into a vornado of destruction. Just raging, angry fire, okay? But then it hits the hot plate and it diffuses and goes around. Pit Boss has a bypass. They got a little hack. You pull a lever on the side and the fire pit opens up. So now I can take those steaks that are at the perfect temperature inside. I slap them on the fire, the angry fire at this point, and the fat renders and it crisps and it caramelizes and it's so good. People rave about my steaks. They're like, your steaks are better than any restaurant I've been to. I'm like, yes, I know. All right. Do the thing, man. Get yourself one of these. You will write me an email thanking me. Guarantee it. All right. Over at Northern Tool, sent in by a viewer, he said this tool comes in clutch. Clutch, I say. And it's 1/2-inch brushless drill driver. They got the whole new line of brushless tools over there. I have not had a chance to try them. I do not have a Northern Tool anywhere within spitting distance of me. Anyway, but the whole thing, I mean, for a brushless full kit with battery, charger, and bag for $55, metal chuck, I'd be willing to risk it on that one. That definitely looks like something worth trying. All right, we're over at Home Depot. We got the Ryobi. We got the nailer, the airstrike nailer, and the jigsaw. Both of those, tool only, on sale right now for $158. You're saving 24%. We got the Milwaukee Red Lithium USB stick light. That's using their USB battery. It's not the 12 volt. This is actually the special. This is the same thing kind of Ryobi has. Anyway, it's on sale 30% off right now. Great little light for $69. We've got the Milwaukee Gen 2 18 volt lithium ion brushless mid torque, 1/2-inch mid torque for $300. Now that may seem a bit much, but that $300 is getting you not one but two 6-amp batteries. This is 52% off, folks. All right, then we're back with more M18 stuff. We got the M18 cordless Rover set, floodlight with 2-amp-hour battery, even throws in a rechargeable pen light on top of it. You're getting all of that there, 54% off, down to $139. We got the scroll. There was an old thing calling them scroll cutters or something. It was the drywall cutout tool. All right, basically it's a Dremel made specifically for cutting out drywall. If you're doing a lot of punch outs and stuff like that, these things are the bomb. They're so much better even than a multi-tool. $109, you're saving 27% off of that. It's tool only. Then we got one of my favorite sets, the M12 here. You're getting the hammer drill and the impact driver in the fuel. So this is the better of the two in that lineup, all right? The more powerful ones. And you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries and a charger and the bag for $199. That's 46% off. You're saving $170. All right. And yeah, a lot of these also have, like, you can save 5% off a bonus. I'm not going to go into that. All right, then we've got the brushless planer here. Now, I laugh because the only thing I ever see people using this is doors. All right, I guess it's something you do cabinets and stuff, you could do it, but I only ever see people planing doors with this thing. $169, 26% off. Again, tool only. Then we got some Makita. We don't see a lot of Makita deals, so we got to be happy for that. 54% off for the Makita charger pack here. 2 5-amp-hour batteries, charger, and a bag there for $199. Then we got it with the drill kit here with the battery and the charger and the whole thing. 52% off on the LXT system here, coming in at $89.97. Last one at Home Depot, we got the top-rated brushless grinder with the Power Stack battery. That's a great battery with that. With the charger, all of that coming in 45% off, down to $199. All right, then we're over at Lowe's. We got the Bosch. This is the combo impact wrench. I don't know. It's the Joker, the Funster. I don't know what they call. I know it's got a right name for it. I don't care. It's $99. It's not my favorite tool, but some of you Bosch folks, I'm not trying to judge. You know, you do you, as they say. Battery, charger, and bag, $99 there. All right, for a brushless, not too bad there for a brushless impact. And I guess it's also an impact wrench. All right, then we've got the brushless drill. This one I like. Brushless drill with charger and bag and battery, full kit, $79 for brushless Bosch. That's a savings. All right, then we got the Metabo. If you're in the Metabo line, look at this. 18-volt lithium ion air inflator here. Deal of the day over at Lowe's. It's on sale right now for $79, all right? It will run off of car electric or a battery. I think you got to bring your own battery with this. But you can also just plug it into the car electric. All right, then we've got the Craftsman fan. I love these cordless fans that use your tools. I mean, tool makers, I've got a DeWalt right there, and I've got a Bauer right there. I use them all the time when it's warm out. Right now, not so much. That said, that's why it's on sale. You're getting the 12-inch, 20-volt, 3-speed fan battery not included, but it's $49. If you're in the Craftsman line, you got to pick that up. All right, Klein Tools. We've talked about this hex set before. 3-piece hex key set here, coming in at under $20 from Klein Tools. Yeah. All right, we got the Cobalt brushless drill driver. This thing's an absolute beast. Super well made, 5-year warranty, full kit, battery charger, and bag for $79. 24-volt brushless for $79 full kit. That's insane. We got the Shark Lift Away bagless upright cleaning pet filter with HEPA filter. $219. It's on sale, down from $300. That's saving $80. I told you, man. There's some insane sales. I don't know what's going on. They're jumping the gun on Black Friday. They're not calling it Black Friday, but there's some Black Friday deals going on. All right. This one, again, I'm not the biggest fan on the Cobalt workbenches, even on sale. But if this is what you're looking for, 46 by 37, 9-drawer with the power strip on the side, and you're not going to see this color pattern anywhere else. And it's $50 less expensive than their standard one. So you're looking at $448 on that. If you want to be different, this is the different. All right, then we got the DeWalt. This is the classic compact or combo here. XR, top of the line brushless, pro grade tools from DeWalt. Comes with a 2 amp and an 8 amp hour battery and a charger. You're getting the impact and the hammer drill. All that. Normally $400. You're getting $100 off, down to $299. All right, then we got the Craftsman. And I got to tell you, I mean, look at this. You're looking at the 9-drawer cabinet-ish. It's like 18 inches deep. Or you can get an actual toolbox-ish for a 52-inch wide by 38-inch, coming in at $400. Now, I complain about my Craftsman cabinets all the time. If you've ever been around the channel, ask anyone who's been around the channel. They'll tell you all he does is bitch about his Craftsman cabinets. The quality just was not what I was expecting from Craftsman. And I've told Craftsman as much. But the prices for everything else have gone up, and the Craftsman stuff just kind of stayed there. Can't last forever, but at this point at $400, it's now got to be part of the equation. They're not great quality. They're not terrible. I haven't had one break or anything. They just don't have the same level of fit and finish and ruggedness that I see out of even the U.S. General. But U.S. General is now on their 3rd series, and the small box, the 26 or whatever, is $400. Or I can get a 52-inch Craftsman. Yeah, it's a little more sheet metal-y, but it still holds a lot more. All right? Anyway, your call there, coming in at just under $400. Then we got the DeWalt. This might be one of the best ratchets out there. 12-volt, 3/8 drive, brushless. It's small, it's compact, it's got a ton of power. And look at this. It comes with a free 12-volt battery, a 5-amp 12-volt battery. That's insane for $200. All right, then I just had to throw this one in here. Look at this. Over-the-range microwave from Whirlpool. It's on sale right now for $239. $239. If you want it in the other finishes, you're going to pay full price for it. But if you want it in stainless, and who doesn't? Stainless goes with everything. That's a great little microwave for $239. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, and I also had to throw in look at this. This is insane. A Frigidaire dishwasher. And I bought a dishwasher earlier this year, so I priced them all out. $349 for a Frigidaire 24-inch stainless, 55 decibel. That's, if you're looking to redo your dishwasher, dude, $349. Save $120 on that. All right. And then look at, okay, everyone thank Michael. If you like the Aldi deals and the Menards deals, you got to thank Michael. Put a comment down below. Thanks, Michael. Because every week when we show them, he's there. Every Sunday, he's sending me the latest deals from Aldi and from Menards. We don't have them near me. It's hard for me to stay up on them, so he helps out. Everyone give him a big shout out, all right? That said, Castle Lux motion sensing cabinet light, $7. $7. Now, it is 15 inches long, which if you're looking for a big space, that's a hot deal, all right? All right, we got the collapsible crate. I love these things. I have a whole bunch of them. We keep them in the trucks. I keep some over on the shelf for carrying things in and out. I absolutely love these things. One each. You can get them one each, and you can not add it to cart. Currently not available in my selected store. Apparently it's a deal. I don't know what the deal is, but I do love these things. All right. Oh, they have it in light blue too, and in red. We got the crevasse, but kudos to the guy who got that naming through. And I thought the guy at Harbor Freight had done a good one with the nail guns. Crevasse for a bidet sprayer. He wins. He wins the prize. On sale for $17. All right, Intertool hatchet composite. This is just your basic budget hatchet. You know, do a little hatchet throwing, juggling, whatever you're gonna do. $13.99. We got the field knife, 4-inch field knife. Just need a generic knife, $5. We got this, the Cosparks stand-up weed puller. I have not used this version. I use the name brand one and I love it, but for $8, I mean, the name brand one is not cheap. It's like $40. For $8, I'd be willing to give that a try. We got the Tool Shop punch and chisel set coming in at $8 for that. Then we got the 3X magnifying sheet. I'm almost at that point in my life. I'm going to get there sooner than later. $5 for that. All right, then we got the DeWalt 150-foot chalk line reel. You know there's some contractors who need that. They've been waiting for this thing to go on sale. $20 on that one. We got the Irwin 30-foot chalk line compact reel there. I actually have this. I think it works great. It's $4. Not as cool and robust as that, but it's only 30 feet and it's only $4. All right, we got Intertool again, the 20-piece magnetic screwdriver set. Nice little set there. And for, was it $15? That's a nice one to have. Then we've got this little fold-up case with all sorts of tools in there. It's on sale for $19. We got the DeWalt Flex Torque Impact Ready bit set here on sale for $6. We've got the DeWalt MaxFit 2-inch square. Is that not a Robertson's? I think you call that a Robertson's there. Coming in at $4. The Owl Tool multi-tool, 4 tools in one, and it looks like an owl. Isn't that adorable for 99 cents? Christmas, folks, Christmas. The Costco box guard, not Costco, Costco. They're a well-known company. You usually see them in hand trucks and stuff. But if you need an outdoor storage box, dude, it's $50. All right. Prevents porch theft, lockable lid not included, lock not included. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that sits out. You can put, stuff in. Anyway, I want to thank our sponsors again, Bayek, Forza, and whatever. Anyway, I told you, smoking deals. That table saw deal. I know that's going to sell out fast. Anyway, if you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.